Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. In this video we're going to be talking about the best teams for the Skyclops Dream Realm boss. So the overall best performing team right now is using Talene. So if you have Talene built up to Mythic Plus or above, then you're going to be in great shape to get a really high score on this boss. So I'm going to talk through the Talene team. And this is the formation which is optimal if, for example, you have magic charms on Smokey and Koko. So I'm going to just talk briefly about the magic charm set for these heroes. But before we get into that, let's just talk about the 3 key heroes you're going to want on any Skyclops team if you have them built up. Smokey, Koko, and Reinier. Because for right now, the Skyclops boss, he deals a lot of damage with his ray gun attack, and you need the healing from Smokey and also damage reduction from Koko. So you should be running both of these heroes. Even if they're not at Mythic Plus and you're a more early game player, I still think running both of them is going to be important to allow you to survive longer to get off more damage. Reinier, if you have him at Mythic Plus, he's going to be the best option for this boss because the boss will take bonus damage thanks to his debuff, and also he gives a minor attack buff to your position swapped ally. And then you're going to run 2 damage dealers. So if you have Talene built up, Talene and Lily May are the best 2 damage dealer choices. If you don't have them, then you're going to want to run the team, which is my best team, which is Odie and Lily May as the 2 damage dealers. So that is basically the overall team concept. If, for example, you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, then you can do a team like this and just have Thoran because he provides a debuff similar to Reinier, causing the boss to take a bit of bonus damage, and so you're still get a lot of damage output with this team. I got 830 million, and my overall best team was 882 million. So this is a really good option too. If you don't have Lily May, I still think running Odie should always be done, even for an early game player, even if he's not very highly ascended. But if you don't have Lily May, you can replace her with any other reasonable source of damage. Early game, it can be Cecia. You could try like Florabelle, Merrily, Corin. If they're at Mythic Plus, you could try them. But before Mythic Plus, probably best to do something else. Those are some decent options. Any damage dealer you can try. Even Shakir, Kruger as more of like a frontline tank with some damage output themselves. Something like that is what I would recommend. Okay, so going back to the Talene team. Now for the magic charm bonuses, Smokey and Koko, they have the same effect, which is that the ally placed one position in front of them, one tile, is going to get an energy on hit buff effect, and energy on hit, and also damage reduction. So damage reduction allows them to survive a bit better, and then the energy on hit allows them to charge up their ultimate faster. And Lily May deals pretty good damage against bosses with her ultimate. So that's why Lily May is the receiver of that buff from Smokey. And Koko is giving that buff to Reinier if you have the charms on Koko. And that just helps Reinier survive better and deal a little bit more damage. But Rainier's damage is low anyway. Now the only thing to consider is if your Reinier is at, for example, you have his Elite Magic Charm set. He has a really powerful set, which is that the ally plays one tile behind him will be gaining 20% I think attack for 45 seconds. This is at the elite quality, and so definitely you would want to have that effect going off on your Lily May or your Talene. So if, for example, you wanted to do Lily May, then you would put Lily May where the Koko is here, and then just swap like Koko with Lily May in this position, and that would be fine. And then give up on the Koko magic charm effect boosting everyone, because you can't get everything and the damage is more important. Or you could have Reinier where the Smokey is basically to give that attack buff to the Talene, and just put Smokey where Lily May is, and have Lily May in front of the Koko, for example, if you have Koko's set as well. That would probably be the overall like team lineup. I can just show you, like actually map it out here, but this is only when you get their elite magic charms. Otherwise their positioning doesn't matter as much. Okay, so let's just map it out. So we have Talene, and then finally there is Lily May, Talene, and Reinier. Okay, so if you have the Reinier here, and your position swapping Talene, you can give the attack buff to the Talene here, or you can give attack buff to Lily May. Both are fine options, and if, for example, you're going to do it like this, then you could just have a position like this would be fine. Smokey's blue aura will still reach the boss. It's 4 tiles away. He'll still deal damage with that and buff most of the map with this formation. So you don't have to have Smokey here. This would be fine. If you want to go for something like this, then I would recommend Smokey up in the front, Koko and Lily May for example, if you have these charms. So this is my recommendation for the Talene. And Verdant Spell. And the reason Verdant Spell is really good for the Talene team is, I'm just going to take a look at the artifact so that you can see it on screen while I explain it. But it's going to give support heroes 20 haste, which allow them to cast faster and sustain your team, protect your team more. It will give your mage increased energy gained, so Talene will be able to ultimate faster, and she will also be able to sustain her ultimate better. And then it will give your rogue heroes like Lily May penetration to increase her damage output. So it's really strong overall, and then it gives really good stats as well, HP, defenses, and also the attack. Resonating Spell is also a good option for damage, but as of right now, the Talene team is doing better, I think, with the Verdant Spell. But for my Odie team, I'm using Resonating Spell because, yeah, I tried both of them. They do almost the same amount, but I thought maybe Resonating Spell could get more damage out. Okay, so I'm now going to show you the replay of Old Grey Gamer because he attacked the Skyclops boss with this formation. And we're going to watch it, and you can see it in action. So Talene goes up to the front. She is still receiving... is she getting the buff from Smokey yet? Not yet, but now the second tick she's going to get the attack and haste buff from the Smokey. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The position swap ally won't immediately be getting the attack and haste buff from Smokey if he's positioned one tile behind the frontmost tile. So that's the other thing, and that's why maybe it's just better sometimes to pass up on the magic charm effect of Smokey, just in favor of giving the attack buff as quickly as possible. But it doesn't make a big difference. He still will proc his next stage of the aura to reach everyone pretty quickly. So Lily May Talene just damaging, Koko, Smokey sustaining and protecting the team. The team is at no real risk of dying, but look at that. That beam did a lot of damage, and if you didn't have both Koko and Smokey here, you could die here. And really in the Talene team, it's important that you don't let Talene die even once, so she can continuously channel her ultimate throughout the duration of the fight. And now look at this, getting exactly 1 billion damage, and Talene didn't die for the whole fight. And if we take a look at the damage chart, it is Talene and Lily May pretty much tied for damage. So that is why this team is so good, and Verdant Artifact keeps everyone protected and alive. Okay, so that is that team. Now I'm going to show you the team that I ran, the replay of that. And then we're going to take a look at the Thoran team for people who don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus. So watching this replay, Odie will be position swapped at the beginning and doesn't receive the buff from Smokey yet, but at the next upgrade of our aura, it will reach the Odie. So that's something I didn't pay that much attention to, but so we're getting some benefit because we're giving like more energy on hit to the Lily May, but we're also missing out on a bit of attack buff duration for the Odie at the beginning of the match. It probably doesn't make a big difference overall, but it's just something to think about. So that's why I think probably if you had Reinier Elite Charms, I would just put Reinier in front of the Odie and Smokey all the way in the frontmost slot and just pass on his charm buff. And yeah, and just have it run out like that. In this team, Resonating Spell is good because it allows Odie to cast ultimate faster and more times, and also it gives him the periodic attack buff when your allies cast enough ultimates. So it increases his damage output by quite a lot. You could even try Lily May being position swapped and Odie up in the front, for example. Reinier does die towards the end, but everyone else survives, and so that's fine. And I did one run of this with Verdant Spell as well, if we take a look at that. And we can maybe even do a reattempt. Yeah, with Verdant Spell and the formation, was it the same formation? Yeah, it was the same formation, and it got a little bit lower damage than Resonating, so you can try both of them and see which one works out better for you. And you can also try position swapping Lily May and having the Odie not swapped. And I think that would also be pretty good. Now finally we have the Thoran team. If you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, you're going to lose out on maybe 50 million damage as of right now, but not a big difference, honestly. So Thoran is a great option for people who don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus yet. And for this formation, all of your damage gears are buffed by the Smokey right from the beginning of the match, even when he's not in the frontmost tile. So this is the optimal position for Smokey. But it's really interesting, the magic charm effects, and right now to boost your damage to the highest levels you need to get the elite set of magic charms. And for people, for example, who have a Talene built up right now and also have an elite set of magic charms on her, they may be able to kill the boss today or get really close to it. Because old Grey Gamer, he didn't have elite charms on Talene. He actually has no elite set on any of the heroes he was running in the Dream Realm boss. And also another thing to keep in mind, if you get Thoran to his elite set of magic charms, it will provide an even more debuff to have his target and the boss take even more damage from your team. So that is going to be a really make Thoran an even better option than he currently is. But Reinier's set also will make Reinier even better than before. So Reinier is still the top tier for sure, but these are like the different substitutions you can make if you don't have Reinier. So overall, that is pretty much all that we have to talk about for the Skyclops boss. Again, just try to keep clearing the highest floor of Dura Trials you can, and sweeping it every day to try and collect more elite magic charms. But because, like I mentioned in my video talking about the magic charms, there are a lot of support heroes which will really benefit from these charms. They'll also power up your damage in the Dream Realm. So when the support treasure is open, I usually will be sweeping that treasure until most of my support heroes are all geared up. Because when you take a look at all the heroes here, so many of them you would be happy to get charms on. Like the first 6 ones from Damien all the way to Mikola, I use in many different game modes, and it would be great to have it on all of them. Even Ludovic Reinier, of course. Reinier you really want it on. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope it was helpful, and good luck getting a high score for the Skyclops Dream Realm boss, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. But until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.